Walk me back to the day that you found out you weren't allowed to wrestle again.
Yeah, that was a tough one. So I had gotten a few concussions, and they were in a relatively short span of a few months.
Do you remember one specifically that was maybe really bad?
Yeah, I remember a couple that were really bad. One being in the Battle Royal, where I won the chance to wrestle Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship after Adam retired. I was knocked out cold in that Battle Royal that I won. And
do you remember anything from that match?
Well, I remember most of it, and then Ray. It came down to myself, Rey Mysterio, and Jack Swagger, I believe. And Ray hit me with the springboard body press, and he landed right on my head and knocked me out. I was out cold. And that was one I remember. Another one, I was wrestling Randy live on Raw, and I remember taking a shoulder tackle, just a basic shoulder tackle, and I don't know what I was thinking, but my head just kind of snapped off the mat a little bit, and it just kind of rattled me a little bit, and then you're just trying to get your bearings, and then something else happened. I got thrown out of the ring, and I hit my head again on the apron because I was still a little not with it. We were going into commercials, had the commercial to kind of try to get my bearings back, and then I remember coming back from the break, I got superplexed, and when I got superplexed, I was out cold.
Wow.
I don't remember the rest of the match. So those are two that I remember pretty vividly that I didn't have any recollection after of, like, I remembered up to a certain point, and then after that it was blank.
So then where does it go from there? Do you start to see doctors?
Yeah. So then after the last one that happened, I was kicked in the back of the head. I didn't lose consciousness, but I did have spins. Like, I was spinning and I couldn't stop spinning and things like that. And so they sent me to the concussion center at USF, University of South Florida in Tampa. And they suggested, at that point in time too, I'm pretty sure that I had post-concussion syndrome, and I probably should have maybe even rested before I started to do these other tests, because I think I was still, having issues, obviously. And anyway, I failed the tests, and I didn't think anything of it. They didn't tell me that I failed them at that point in time, so then I had to go to Washington, and this was right before a WrestleMania. And I think I was in some sort of multi-man match. I can't remember what it was, but I saw all the names on the board except for mine for this match. And I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So I went into the training room, and I was like, does anybody know why my name's not on this list? And they said, I think somebody's going to talk to you a little bit later.
Oh.
And I was like, that doesn't sound good. So, yeah, I got pulled aside a little bit later, and they said they were going to medically disqualify me. So it was taken out of my hands. I had no choice in the matter. I couldn't say, okay, yeah, do you want to rest for 6 months? You're not. They said, we're medically disqualifying you. You're not allowed to do this anymore.
And in that moment, are they saying this is a permanent thing, or
they said it was permanent?
Can we reassess this in 6 months or a year?
I never was sent back to have it reassessed after any amount of time, to be honest with you. And so that's why I took it at face value, and just thought that was probably what was best for my health and all those sorts of things. So then when I got myself back in physical shape and where I wanted to be, I decided that I would go back to that same place that retired me, the USF Concussion Center, and that I wouldn't tell anybody about it, and I would just see what happened from that. So I went and I did the tests. And the doctor came in after the test, and he said, your test scores were great. He said, you were above average or average on everything. You weren't below average on any of your test scores. And he said, what are you looking to do? And I said, I'm looking to finish my career on my own terms. And I said, if you can, if you tell me that I'm crazy, then it's fine. I'm in no different position than I was when I woke up this morning. But if you tell me that I can do this, it's opening up doors and opportunity for me.
Changes everything.
And he said, I don't think you're crazy at all. He said, if you want to do this, you can do it.
Wow.
And so then I was motivated even more to get myself back in shape. And I'm of the opinion of, I've never been one to be like, hey, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. I've never been that kind of guy. I've always been like, this is what I bring to the table. So then I was super motivated to get back in the best shape of my life and then go back to whatever entity it was and say, I'm ready to go. If you hire me, this is what you get. Instead of, hey, if you hire me, I'll get back in shape in a couple months. You know, you can't do that. That's not the right way to approach it.